Why does everyone in the Big Ten become Iowa?
Everything evolves to eventually become a crab.
Ryan Day wanted the crab fight.
This team has 2 claws and he wants to snip at you with them.
He will play like the crab if he feels threatened.
Okay, off-season previews of the Big Ten and ACC today. We took a break.
Notre Dame, the special
and
case.
Notre Dame. Fuck Notre Dame.
They've got to be so mad
Wait,
that we're including them in the ACC.
We're neutral.
Yeah, not biased.
There's a lot of Irish fans.
Yeah, we have a huge not biased. All right, well, we're starting with the Big Ten. We're gonna go like this, right? We're gonna work our way through some headlines just to cover what's been going on, and then we're gonna talk a little bit about which teams we project are gonna pop or flop, and then we'll talk a little bit about Notre Dame. I'm sure you can guess the tone of that conversation.
But you never know.
Yeah, and then the ACC will do the same format, so we're going to work through our headlines and then pop or flop. So we'll start off with the Big Ten. So Ward Manuel's out as the Michigan athletic director after the, do we want to call it catastrophe tenure post Harbaugh? And scandals. What is the state? They did get Kyle Whittingham. John and I were talking about this. They got Kyle Whittingham. They have money. The roster doesn't suck. I mean, there's a lot of bad stuff around it, but the team doesn't suck. There's no reason they should truly suck, right?
No.
I think they're ranked like anywhere from like 15 to 18, and that feels appropriate. Like, they're a talented roster, and even when they weren't like all together offensively, they were still competing in all their games. And I know a lot of it falls on Bryce Underwood and his development at quarterback, but I don't know how much they'll demand of him in his second year. I know it stinks having a new offensive coordinator. It stinks having a new head coach. I know there's a lot in the works right now, but there are worse teams that aren't as talented that will probably do much better than they could. So I think they'll be fine. I think they're the most 17th ranked team I've ever seen.
My dad is a Michigan alum and big college football fan. He has pegged them as 8-4 would be a success, but he thinks it'll either be 7-5 or 8-4, and that's top half of the Big Ten. I mean, you go 8-4 and you win one game on Thanksgiving weekend, I think Michigan fans will be pretty happy after the embarrassment that their coaches and administration have put them through.
We're flipping through our preseason magazines. I have my Lindy's copy right here. Let's see. Week 1, Western Michigan. Oh, John's got his Athlon, and Vasishta couldn't find one. There's not a lot of preview magazines out there, and my greedy ass has 2. Anyway,
keeping print media afloat on this
that's
show.
Right. Support local journalists like Phil Steele. He got Western Michigan. The Oklahoma home and home is at Michigan this year. UTEP, Iowa, flip a coin. At Minnesota, Penn State, Indiana, Rutgers, Michigan State, Oregon, UCLA, Ohio State.
I think that's kind of a hard schedule.
It's kind of tough.
Yeah, that's not. Yeah. There's not a lot of weeks that are like you could take off. I mean, Oklahoma, like, that was a playoff team. They're going to be at least competitive.
Famously.
They're good. I mean, they're good.
Yeah.
Iowa, pretty good. I mean, like, also competitive. Minnesota, Penn State, Indiana, I have no idea what they'll be. Like that.
What do you mean you don't have no idea what Penn State's going to be? I could have told you what Penn State was going to be last season.
Well, it's a new coach, it's a new everything. Like, there's no context on what how they're going to perform.
I agree. I looking at this, I think home and away really matters here. Like, Iowa, I would not want to send this team to Kinnick, but they're hosting them. I'll give it to them. Hosting Penn State, hosting Indiana, hosting Michigan State. Goodness gracious. So,
but
I don't know.
Oregon and at Ohio State.
I'm not giving them either of those.
But
This is probably 4 to 5 losses, probably.
Yeah.
So yeah, exactly what we thought.
That's a boring preview, but they'll be fine. And they have stability because Ward Manuel is not actually immediately gone. He's gone on December 31st or whatever.
Which is so strange.
Yeah, dude.
So it's even better. You have an interim, like, I don't even know what you'd call him, a lame duck athletic director.
Yeah, exactly.
Someone who
Yeah,
can't make
that is what it
decisions.
And the nice thing is with Kyle Whittingham, you got a real silver fox at the helm. You'll be fine. Everything will be fine. Just look at Kyle Whittingham's steely gray eyes, and you'll know that we don't have it this week, but we certainly have it the next. I guess, you know what? The best way to look at this team is it's a Kyle Whittingham team. They're going to be sound on defense. They're going to put up enough points to win maybe one game they shouldn't. And if it doesn't all work out, there'll be 7 or 8 wins. Fine.
Okay, well,
that's enough Michigan, honestly. Again.
Counterpoint, though. Okay, if they make a bowl game, successful season, considering everything that's going on. But Kyle Whittingham has made a career of running a Big 10 team in the Pac-12 and then the Big 12, right? Like, that's his thing. He's doing the Big 10 team in the Big 10. Is there anything to say about that? Because I'm just saying, like, that strategy, when you try and do that to teams that aren't equipped for it, that's one thing. But you're playing against teams. Iowa's in your conference.
But, like,
you play Iowa.
Other than Iowa, like, how many teams in the Big Ten truly are doing classic Big Ten shit?
Okay, well,
I guess
Minnesota,
Michigan State will be with Pat Fitzgerald, but, like,
Minnesota, I mean, they do and they don't. They have disgusting games.
Yes.
Penn State will. Indiana's a championship team. Michigan State, Ohio State.
You know,
I mean,
I'll give you a nice, easy metric before we move on. They host UCLA on the 21st. I think UCLA is one of the most useful teams this season because they have talent here, there, and everywhere, but it's not perfect. And to put Michigan up against UCLA, hosting them, if they blow that game on November 21st, it's a bad year. If they don't, then yeah, they performed fine. So that's how I feel about it.
Gotcha. Well, next team was Penn State. So they're bringing in Matt Campbell, so new staff.
What?
They're bringing in Matt Campbell, new staff, new everything. I mean, they're going to bring Rocco back. They're going to have a new quarterback. They're definitely going to have a better quarterback play than they did before. Their schedule is actually not bad. Marshall, Temple, Buffalo, Wisconsin, Northwestern. That's their first 5 games. Then USC, Michigan, Purdue, Washington, Minnesota, Rutgers, Maryland. They have an easy-ass schedule.
Do we think they're starting like 5-0?
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised.
What about 6? Can we get them on USC?
I don't like them in that matchup.
Yeah, they're at home though for USC. Probably a night game if I had to guess. So I don't know. I also think this is they might be like a really.
You got to
bad...
pencil that in as a big noon game. Sorry.
Oh right, yeah.
You know what? You got me there. You got me there. It's either big noon or Peacock prime time, and it's probably big noon.
Well, Ohio State is playing.
Those teams are both going to be
team.
5-0 going into that. Who's Ohio State playing that week?
It doesn't matter. Whoever
Maryland.
They are,
Ohio State.
Ohio State is playing football. It almost doesn't matter. Like
it's a big noon game. Doesn't matter. But yeah, no. This could be like a 9-win team that isn't good. Like you know what I mean?
But they are running the 3-3 stack again. They're taking that to the Big 10. So I don't know if that changes your feelings, but the staff looks pretty solid.
Yes.
They have a great secondary. In the USC game, they'll be going against Jontez Williams, another former Cyclone who didn't follow Campbell to Penn State. So don't know what happened there. Then I don't know. I think at a minimum, this will be an entertaining team with a decent schedule. And if they don't win it all, I think people will just be happy that Matt Campbell doesn't say anything stupid. So I think it'll be fine.
Yeah,
I hate to have that be another assessment of a team, but there's a lot of B plus teams in the Big Ten.
There are 27 teams in this conference. Of course, a lot of them are going to be fine. Like,
well, it's a new coach, so I'm just like, I don't want to. I feel like underperformance is more likely than over for a first season, especially with a coach like Matt Campbell. Like, I don't expect like lightning in a bottle. It takes a second. So, yeah, I'm just saying they have a soft schedule. Penn State could easily be a top 4 team in the conference while not actually being good. I mean, they might have the easiest schedule of the major 4 teams: Michigan, Ohio State, them, and Oregon. They probably have the easiest schedule. They dodge all 3.
You're forgetting somebody.
Oh, Indiana, sure.
We're talking it's
tradition
weird. It's
and pedigree and history.
Oh my god! You know that does not mean anything. This is a 24 team transfer from a Big 12 school, like 24 player transfer.
Indiana's schedule, man. They play high school teams until September 38th or whatever. That's not a real date. Don't worry about it.
You are just coming in hot and fast with the hyperbole today.
Yeah, dude. Of course, I haven't spoken into a mic in 2 months. I have to get crazy.
I know. Next topic was USC's defense is well thought of. Is this for real? Are they well thought of? I feel like they're not well thought of at all.
All right, here's the pitch. It's Lincoln Riley's up-tempo offense, but they have a really good secondary, and the defensive line that they brought in has been around for a little bit. Like, they're all experienced. They're not in the same situation they were when they first joined the Big Ten, where they had Bear Alexander and no one else on the defensive line. Then they bring in a top college football corner in Jontez Williams for a senior year, and they pair him up with 2 other talented defensive backs. So again, I'm not worried about USC's offense being good. I feel like they'll be fine. Jordan Maiava's back. They should be okay. King Miller is back as well at running back. So they don't need to be incredibly good on defense. They just need to be top 40 and then see what that does for the rest of their schedule.
I will give you some. I have an interesting story about Lincoln Riley that this happened to me. Okay, I live in North Texas. Okay, my car broke down and I had to go to a mechanic, and I was sitting there for 4 hours in this mechanic shop, and this other guy who was a giant was sitting across from me, also sitting there for 3 hours. I found out that he played on the Oklahoma football team in the Rose Bowl, Georgia, Oklahoma team on defense. He was on the practice squad for Oklahoma. He was there. And he told me, and I quote, Lincoln Riley does not give a single fuck about defense at all. He told me he hated that. And then he transferred out.
That's why you hire Gary Patterson and say, look, take it. You do it. I'm not going to talk to those guys at all. They're not student athletes. They're professionals. I'm not their boss. You're their boss. Deal with it.
It could work. The only other thing I have to say about this is that USC drew the short straw with their schedule. It is so hard.
Really?
Look at this. They play in the beginning. It's fine. San Jose State, Fresno State, Louisiana Monroe, at Rutgers.
It's 2 in-state rivalries, by the way.
And then Oregon, Washington, Penn State, Wisconsin, Ohio State, Indiana, Maryland, UCLA.
So they're the inverse of Penn State, where they could win 9 games and be incredible.
If they win 9 games, they're actually they're legitimately amazing. If they go through a gauntlet of Oregon, Washington, at Penn State, let's just say that's going to be a hard game if they're even okay.
Yeah.
Ohio State and Indiana, yes. If they win 2
I noticed
of
how
those
you
games.
skipped the game on October 24th.
At Wisconsin, yes.
That's a tough trip. That game could be at 1:30 Eastern time. You have no idea.
Yeah, that could be a big noon game. Who knows?
What if that's the Illinois game of last year, where they're on the road against a solid team and it's just like a really tough one because you're just trying to get going in that first half.
I mean,
So-
we're just
I
making
see
shit
the
up,
vision.
are we? Like, I mean, it's
Yeah, it's a preview episode. There has
Yeah.
not a snap has been snuffed, so we're good.
Wow.
But either way, if USC wins 8 games, like, Lincoln Riley's gonna get a lot of shit. But actually, it was a good season. That's actually my opinion.
I agree. I think he's squandered a lot of goodwill. Now people are expecting results, and like, damn, I kind of feel sorry for him if like faring this storm is what gets him cooked instead of,
The other
I guess,
seasons,
underperforming in previous years.
I mean,
Yeah.
they just have to make the playoff. It's what, like year 5 for Lincoln at this point at USC?
Yeah. Yes, they have to. They need to.
Jeez,
They
be
just
wow,
have to make
yeah.
the playoff. Like, that's... We don't know what he makes because it's a private school, but like he is one of the top 5 or 10 highest paid coaches, and
He's
this is gonna
paid
be
to
the-
make the expanded playoff, dude. Like,
yeah. I mean, not making the 4 team is like kind of a disappointment as well, but like you're telling
That's
me you
one thing,
can't
yeah.
go 10-2, 9-3 and sneak in as a 11 seed. He's got to make it this year.
yeah, I agree. They will probably, especially because they switched out the defensive coordinator. Like, they did all this
Again.
stuff.
And they spent so much money on this roster, and they got a
Yeah.
top 4 recruiting class last year. I know most of those players won't impact this season, but like,
Yes. When the fans are pissed, you get to have the 1 year where you throw a coordinator under the bus. But then the next season, if that happens again, it's you. That's how it works.
yep.
So,
More than fair.
yeah, we'll see. I don't think he'll survive, but I actually doubt that it's this season in particular will be his fault. Okay.
Also, I wanted to say one more thing.
Yeah.
Reading from the recruiting magazine, their freshman class in 2026 is 32 people deep, like double what you normally see, especially in the transfer portal era. So it's kind of
They're
crazy.
old.
Like, no matter what they're going to do this year, Lincoln Riley's like, dude, I have 32 people in the oven right now. Some of them will have to contribute this year, but by next year, you're expecting some crazy leap, especially with a top 4 recruiting class, like you said in previous years. So I hate to say it, it might be put up or shut up time.
Yeah, I mean, how big were their previous class? I mean, he's got this is his roster. Regardless of how big it is, it doesn't fucking matter. Like,
Yeah.
you've had enough time. Okay, speaking of stacked teams, Oregon is mega stacked. They have a top recruiting class coming up. Are they the favorite for the Big 10 over Indiana, who I guess we're giving the default nod to as the favorite?
They're number 1, dude. They finished the year as the national champion. That's the rule.
Last season,
They did.
they
but-
get
Doesn't
to start
matter.
number 1. They get to start as number 1 team of the country. I accept that logic, even though it makes no sense.
That doesn't mean I have to pick them to win the Big 10, though.
Yes, exactly. I actually do think this is the year Oregon does it. And I'm not an Oregon fan, but I'm picking Oregon this season.
Wow. We were making fun of Oregon in the championship episode about how it was their number of titles was the O, and
Right.
now look at this. Do we all believe in Oregon this year?
I do.
mean, I think the Big 10 championship game is probably Oregon Ohio State, and you coin flip that, so there's like
Yeah.
a 50% chance Oregon wins. Like,
I mean, look, their
now
schedule.
granted they play each other in early November, but like,
Yeah, exactly. Their schedule: Boise State, Oklahoma State, Portland State, USC. So it's like I'd probably pick them over USC. UCLA, Nebraska, Illinois, Northwestern. They play at Ohio State. That might be the one game I could see them losing. Michigan, Michigan State, Washington. I pick them in almost every game. I have to see maybe a couple of the season play out a little bit before I go the Ohio State game or not. But yeah, I think might be their year.
That was my thinking, that they go 10-2 at worst.
Yeah.
And when
Yeah.
that's the line I'm setting for them, I think I believe in this team a lot. Indiana, obviously, new favorite in town, but This isn't coming out of nowhere. Oregon only lost to Indiana last year. And I think everyone would agree that's more than reasonable. Even if it was by a combined 40 points.
Yeah, it wasn't a good loss. Like, let's be clear. They totally got curb stomped, but yes.
But they dodged them in the regular season this year. And if they're able to use that to their advantage, I mean, the record only has to be solid for you to make it into the playoff. And if you get to sit out the Big 10 championship game because you lost on the road to Ohio State, fine. We'll host another playoff game.
But to be clear, I'm picking them to win the Big 10. So I'm picking them to not miss out that championship week. I think they're going to. I think it'll just be Ohio State-Oregon rematch. Probably.
Do you think, because of the way the schedule falls for them, that going on the road to Ohio State will be the test that they're looking at the entire year, and that causes them to overlook before and after?
I mean, Lanning loves to run up the score on random ass teams. I don't think that's going to be a problem. He loves to win by 68 points against Portland State. So his guys get to be Heisman favorites and all this shit. So, you know, like, I don't think... I have problems with him as a coach, but that is not one of them.
Okay, so it's the feed Dante Moore year.
Yeah, probably. I mean, they probably want him to Heisman. Yeah, I mean, he's gonna have a lot of cupcakes.
I'm just saying. I'm like, I'm confirming that's the narrative. No, this is good. I suggest we go to our next thing: pop or flop. You've obviously picked Oregon to pop here.
Real quick before pop or flop.
Oh,
do you guys know who Oregon's backup quarterback is? Do you remember this from last season?
Wait, is it?
It is. It's Dylan Raiola.
It's Dylan Raiola. That's right.
Yeah.
Let's go, bro. This means that they could afford for Dante Moore to miss a game or two.
No, it doesn't.
And then have a really unnecessary close road game with Nebraska or whoever they're playing.
62 handoffs to the running backs in that game. That's 100% what Dan Lanning would do.
Bro, what a room! Dylan Raiola and Dan Lanning in one place.
I mean, honestly, he needs to be less relied on as a quarterback. Like, you know what? He might not be as bad when he's not being asked to do as much. You know, they have an offense. Like, you know, it's not just him running around back there doing shit.
Pump fake. Jab.
I know he wants to be like Patrick Mahomes, but he is a lot like pre-Oregon Bo Nix, like where he's like doing like a lot of like too much, you know. But Bo Nix was good on Oregon, so you know. Just saying. He's a dark horse for the Heisman. Can we say that? Nice. Dylan Raiola?
Hell yeah.
The darkest of dark horses. So dark, he's a backup quarterback to an NFL like first round pick. Yes, of course.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you, John.
You're popping. Sure you're picking their backup to win the Heisman, so they are a huge pop for you.
I pop. What are we thinking, guys, for Oregon? Pop or flop?
I'll go pop. And by pop or flop, we mean surpassing expectations. That could be like winning a national championship or making the playoffs, or flop, where you just totally underperform. It's a disaster waiting to happen, or you're just going to fall short in a very annoying way.
Is it a pop if I also think they win the Big 10 championship and then lose in like the quarterfinal or the semifinal of the playoff?
Let's say they need to have a deep playoff run and beat a good team in the playoff. They haven't beaten a good team in the playoff. They've gotten legitimately curb stomped.
Out your mouth, bro.
They can't get curb stomped in the playoff.
Yeah,
that's true.
That would be my. I don't think that'll happen this year. That's my thing.
That's true. They played Texas Tech and won 20-0, and that was a very good win, even though Texas Tech didn't have an offense by that point. But that was a solid win. I know 20 zip is, you know, it feels like a mistake. But bad teams give up 40. They are like that, So I think they have something to prove. I think winning 2 playoff games, no matter where you start from, is a good barometer. And I'll say pop to that.
I got Pop.
Okay, 3 pops.
The most guaranteed
So
flop
they're-
of the season.
yeah.
Oregon.
Still
Write it
a
in.
lock.
Washington.
Flop, Washington. What are we thinking?
Dude, I have no idea. I mean, it was so weird with the quarterback situation at the end of last season. Like, how does DeMond Williams Jr. come back to that locker room? Probably fine, but like,
Yeah.
man.
I'll say this: they have their first 3 games are Washington State, Utah State, Eastern Washington, and then Minnesota after. So it's like them making a bowl game is a good year, in my view.
I don't think so. I
You
think
don't
they're
make a bowl game,
they're
or you don't?
I think they're proof of the fact that, like, all right, we're the Big 10, we're at the big boys table. Now it's time to start eating big boy portions, and I think they're going to be left out. I don't think there's enough wins to go around in the conference. Like, I think about Iowa plays them after playing Michigan and Ohio State, I believe. And out of those 3 games where you're playing Iowa on a short week on a Friday night, I still don't feel confident that they'll handle like a weird team, a weird crab team like Iowa well. Not to mention, all the best passing options for DeMond Williams left in the draft. They had a lot of really good talent that's not there anymore. And now it seems like it's just him, and he tried to leave. So I don't like what's happening here. Too bad for Jed Fish, but I'm not crying.
I mean,
Flop is my answer.
Yeah, I mean they had a winning record in conference last year, so I'm like, I mean, on a really easy schedule, but yeah, I'll flop too. I mean, after that beginning stretch, they're playing at USC, they're playing Iowa, at Purdue, at Nebraska, Penn State, at Michigan State, or home against Indiana, and then at Oregon.
I'm not
So they
picking
can-
them over Penn State.
Yeah, I wouldn't either. I feel like they'll start like 4-1 and then lose like 6 games in a row.
You know what? Fuck it. Give me a pop on these guys, dude. 8-4 regular season. They can do 9-3 maybe.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, honestly, when I do these, the only thing I'm like, you know what? You're right. Everyone can't go 8-4. Somebody has to lose these games. Like I always pick everyone to be the exact same right. That makes sense. Speaking of 8-4, Iowa's the next pop or flop team.
Beautiful.
Is there par? This pop flop is there par? Is there the exact same thing?
We're
Nothing will change.
coming hard and fast. If it's 8-4 and you're Mr. 8, if Texas A&M goes 8-4 again, that's a flop. I don't care if you expected it. That's a flop. This is Iowa, and there was some factoid in Lindy's about how they were the only team since 2015 to get at least 8 wins every season. I think they still get to their 8, but no more. Flop. They don't have a quarterback. They still don't have a quarterback. If you walked into that facility and said, "Who's our number 1 quarterback?" they would go, I don't believe in it. This is somehow a super inexperienced Iowa team. I never thought I'd see the day.
That doesn't matter though with them. It never has.
No, it's a very simple defense, and they've been running it for 20 years. But I don't believe it. I don't believe in it. I think they could still be a very competitive team, but I still think they're not going to be doing anything fun like they were on the precipice of doing last year. Last year, they had Indiana on the ropes, Iowa State on the ropes, Oregon on the ropes. The big 3 they had a chance to pull away from, and they dropped all of them when they had a quarterback that could take a scramble for 20 yards. They don't have that anymore. It might be over, but I do like their running backs.
If I'm doing quick math right, they lost 4 games last year by a total of 15 points.
Yeah.
That's pretty tough, man.
Yeah, I mean...
Flop. Fuck it, dude. Washington's got to get a win somewhere, and it's Iowa.
I think they beat Washington, but then they lose
No.
something else they're not
No,
supposed
Washington's popping. We've already discussed that.
Yeah, we've already decided. Here's the thing, right? They won 9 games last year. I think it's gonna be the exact same. I think that the difference is I think they'll probably beat Iowa State, which they hadn't done in the last few years. So
to. Been a minute, actually.
yeah. So I think they'll.
And the one they did had to be overturned because of recruiting violations. So basically 2021. So
yes. So now that I think they'll get that extra game. It's a flop because you've seen this season. Oh, I don't even know how you're an Iowa fan. Like, there's no excitement to the season at all. You watch the exact same story every time. So, like, I don't know. Yeah, I'll say flop because it's going to be the same thing. Michigan State, flop. I don't even know their schedule or anything about their roster. It's a flop.
I'm
Team
so
sucks.
down on Pat Fitzgerald as a coach in 2026, man.
He overperformed at Northwestern.
I don't even think you can say that because the first year he wasn't there, they went like 5-7, which was their best year in like 10 years.
Oh, yeah, sure. Stop coming with me with facts and logic. It's all vibes.
I put this one because I thought it would be like a little bit more interesting to like say like, okay, what's the positive case for Michigan State post Jonathan Smith? And yeah, it's not looking good. I don't like it. I don't like it. I think Pat Fitzgerald ball was made for the Big 10 West, and that is a thing of the past. So
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking at the
Flop.
schedule. I'm like, okay, Toledo and Eastern Michigan, we'll say wins, and then Notre Dame, Nebraska, Wisconsin, total coin flip. Illinois, Northwestern, UCLA, Michigan, Washington, Oregon, Rutgers. There's like max 4 wins on this schedule, I think.
outstanding.
So, do we consider that a pop?
If they
No.
do 4, no, they were 4-8 last year.
Yeah, do we consider that a pop or a flop? I mean, like, what's the expectation on this team?
I was
I
gonna
think
say that I don't know about them with Toledo, because I'm like I think Toledo was very good last year, but that was a very senior heavy Toledo team, and all
they
those
lost
guys
the
are
coach
gone.
as well.
So I'm not gonna say anything crazy. That being said, if it's early season and it's Cy-Hawk matchup week, and I check my Apple Sports app and see that they're in a dogfight with Toledo, I will just go, yeah. But I'm not going to be surprised.
Yeah, I think we're all in alignment on this one.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, any Michigan State fans. Last team,
Finally,
Nebraska. I do think most interesting team. I'll let you guys go first. What do we think, pop or flop?
John, please.
They're gonna pop, dude. They're finally gonna do it. It feels like 98 or whatever.
What's the expectation? What's a pop? Let's say that first.
That was my question.
So 7-6 last year. I think pop has to be 9-3 regular season. Like,
I think they
and
need a 10
I'm
win
just
season.
gonna give it to them. Fuck it. It looks like not great of a schedule. I mean, you've got at Oregon, Ohio State, and Indiana all on there, so there's probably 3 right there. But and then at Iowa, yeah, I don't know. If 9-3 is a pop, I think I have to go flop.
Okay. Josh?
But like, I mean, they just gave Matt Rule all this money, is why I'm saying they have to improve by more than 2 wins. to be
Yeah,
considered
I
a
mean, my
success.
standard's 10 wins. They need to have a 10-win season. For this, he's been there long enough.
If we're saying,
You know what's
10
a real
wins, they're
shame?
not doing that, in my opinion.
We just talked about Iowa. I think beating Iowa would do so much for them. It's
agree.
been too long.
They've
and-
blown the last 2 seasons, too. They've literally been
Yeah.
beating them.
What stinks the most is that they're going to get the best version of Iowa. It's the last game of the year. It's at Kinnick. It's in November. It's cold as hell. And this is a team that will only be able to run the ball. It sounds like a nightmare. I'm already worried for them. This is a flop.
Okay.
Like, I think they could be at 7-4, and getting Iowa would make that 8-4, like, definitely an improvement, but I don't like it. I don't like it at all. Anthony Calandria is there now. I think he he just shook his head. I think they'll have a slightly better quarterback situation. Wait, I'm sorry. No, yeah, sorry. I was thinking of the Wisconsin guy. Yeah, whatever.
What?
I don't think it's going to be enough. That's my point.
Okay. I swear to God, I'm not trying to be different. I had them as pop. I actually think this is their year.
You think it's their year? All right.
I think they're going to
let's
be the
go.
surprise. Okay, I'm building this off the base case that they need to win like 10 games and they need to beat Iowa. Okay? And I'm also coming in with the assumption that Indiana's not going to be good this season because, like, that's my big. I mean, which I don't think that faults them at all. They won the title, but that's my thing because it's like, okay, you start the season Ohio, Bowling Green, North Dakota. That's 3 wins right there. Michigan State sucks. You should beat them. Maryland, coin
You
flip.
get Maryland in October, so it's not September. They will
At
lose
home.
that game.
Their first 5 out of their first 6 games are at home. They have Indiana at home. Let's say they get annihilated by Oregon on the road. Then they get Washington at home. Then Illinois, Rutgers on the road. They get annihilated by Ohio State at home. And then they beat Iowa. So I'm like, I think they could win 10 games. I actually think they could do it. They have. It's kind of an advantage to play your hardest games on the road that you were going to lose anyway. Because then you get the good ones at home.
Fair.
So I think they'll be a really weak 10-win team, but I kind of think they can do it. So
I just don't trust this team not to drop one in Minnesota or something stupid.
you know what? You have every right to feel that way. They've literally earned no credibility from you. So, okay. Quick thing on Notre Dame's playoff cut. Do we have any opinions on that? They're probably going to make it because they structurally are supposed to.
That was. I just wanted to reference a video I made on the Claw State Pod account. I posted it everywhere. Basically, Tony Petitti, Big Ten commissioner, has been pushing for the 2014 playoff. John gave a big thumbs up.
We're all about it on this show.
We
It's our
love the
favorite.
expanded playoff.
I've come around on the idea
I want a 7-5 SEC team in the fucking playoff, dude.
just
I will
because
not be
it's like,
stopped.
all right, the regular season has already been devalued. Moving it to 16 isn't going to make it better. Just fucking double it. Don't waste my time. Like, I don't care at this point.
Boo.
I think at a minimum, it nullifies the massive advantage Notre Dame has by being a special snowflake and getting into the playoff anyway. Basically, every team, every institution that makes the playoff will get some percentage of the revenue generated in that round, and then they'll have to share it with their conference. Notre Dame, if they make it, they aren't sharing that with anybody. So the portion that their institution gets just by making the playoff is huge. I don't have the numbers, and I had the list of assumptions in the video that will show anywhere. I don't know. It's not going to be in this episode. It was 10 minutes long. But I think Notre Dame...
No,
What?
No, go ahead.
I think Notre Dame can make the playoff this year because their schedule is... It's easy. It's really easy.
It's Notre Dame, of course it is.
No.
Oh, wait,
People
I
say
disagree
that
with
all the
that.
time.
They usually have a harder schedule
This-
than people
No,
think.
they
This
don't.
is
They
an
play
easy
one team.
schedule.
This is
Bro.
Wisconsin, Rice, Michigan State, Purdue, North Carolina, Stanford, at BYU. That's hard.
Listen,
That's the
dude.
first
Maybe-
game they could potentially
Yes,
lose.
Navy, Miami, Boston College, SMU, Syracuse. Yeah, I'm not saying this year is an easy schedule. I'm just saying they normally book a reasonably hard schedule.
Like, it's not even necessarily their fault. They booked a game with Wisconsin, and Wisconsin's just been so bad for so long. That's a bad game. We were saying the same thing about Alabama not too long ago. It's like, this is an easy out of conference game. It wasn't supposed to be, but it is.
Yeah.
So now, if Notre Dame drops their one game against BYU and their one game against Miami, they could be 10-2 again and not really have beaten anyone good. But if they're in the playoff, the massive payout that they'll receive, because it's only split 12 ways as opposed to 24, gives them such an advantage over the rest of the field. If they make it once, they don't need to worry about making it every single year. That revenue windfall is so ginormous because they're not splitting it 16, 17, 18 ways like some other conferences are. So Notre Dame, I think they can have a really good team this year, but I'm not going to be able to say anything about it until they play Bear Bachmeier at BYU in the middle of the season. 7 games in. They don't have a big matchup with Texas A&M at the beginning.
I mean, it doesn't.
They don't have a big matchup with Miami at the beginning of the season. It's going to be way later.
Yeah, they're gonna kick.
We might not talk about Notre Dame once the season gets going because they're not going to have anything interesting to say.
October 17th.
Yeah.
We'll absolutely be tuned in for that game.
Yeah. It's gonna be. They'll
Plus,
keep walking.
they get the additional special snowflake where if they're number 12 and there's a conference champion behind them, they just get in automatically.
Yeah,
Pretty
they're
good
great
life for Notre
negotiators.
Dame that the entire sport bends over backwards for them. It's great.
Yeah.
The committee wants to have Notre Dame in their TV product. It makes sense. Every conference wants to be represented as well as they can. But for Notre Dame, just making it one time based on whatever the rest of the playoff is doing is going to be so huge for them. And as long as the playoff is small, it's going to be even better for them. So we'll see how that happens, what they land on. If we'll just leave it at 12 for now and leave it alone or keep monkeying with it. But I'm glad we got this part in the Big 10 portion of this because Tony Petitti is the one that's the biggest advocate for it. Even though his conference doesn't necessarily benefit from it. It's just so that Washington can win 8 games and feel special. And so can Iowa. And so can Wisconsin, and so can Nebraska.